What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Rick Beato. Yeah, never mind. If you know, you know. But anyways, yeah, today I'm actually going to be sharing kind of almost like a story time with me with some good morals along the way. And the reason why I have a whiteboard here, I was planning on doing something with this today, but I really didn't have it in me to write any music, so I'm just going to kind of just share my story with this as a background, and I can also have some nice graphics here, to have some fun. But anyways, today's video is about how to be successful at music school. And of course, if you're in high school and you're thinking of doing music, then I think it's a really good option for you if you're serious about pursuing music as a career, as a teacher, composer, performer, etc. So if you're committed to doing that, then I think, or even if you're in music school right now and you're just kind of lost, I think this video will help. So my first tip today is to take your classes seriously. And of course, this is kind of a given when you're in college and you're forking over tens of thousands of dollars to take classes here. But really, if you're planning on going to graduate school, or you want scholarships, or just want good standing and not being kicked out of university, then make sure you're actually taking your classes seriously. This doesn't just go for music classes, this goes for your other gen eds and other required classes that are non-music related, like math or science or whatever. But even for your music classes, definitely give these a lot more attention, I'd say. That's what I've done. And by doing this and all the other tips I'm going to mention today, it's how I ranked first in my freshman class actually this past semester. So coming from a pro here, or that's what I like to think. Yeah, so take your classes seriously, your music theory class, your ear training, if you have a piano skills class, then really try to take those seriously, especially if you're a music major or even a minor, because that'll help you along the way, and you want to have a good solid start when you begin your journey as a musician in school. Number 2, I would say join a ton of music ensembles. So this can be from your large ensembles like orchestra, band, and choir, to doing chamber groups and meeting with students, being part of a string quartet or a quintet of any kind, depending on what your instrument is. But try to get more involved, and you can make your own ensembles. If you're a composer like me, I've just tried to assemble a ton of musicians to perform my pieces, which has been really fulfilling. And that's one of the best things about going to music school, is that there's so many opportunities for you to get your music performed. As a composer, you can just call your friends up, or if you don't have any friends, you can just talk to the people in your class, get to know them and what instruments they play, and then you can select them for a piece that you have and you just want a real recording, because real recordings are so much better than the MIDI realization. So try to get your pieces performed by getting involved in chamber groups, or even large ensembles for that matter. Number 3, make musician friends. And this one can be tough for some of us, even composers. It's hard to, I feel like a lot of us are introverted and it's kind of hard to make that first step. But why I say not other friends, which you should make friends, but for music people specifically, why you should make friends that are interested in music or music majors, is because you kind of share this bond, this sort of common almost goal or interest in music, and that allows you to you're on the same journey essentially, and that really helps propel you, because some people don't really get music kids, they don't really understand us, so it's nice to be able to feel that sense of connection, and that allows you to move forward together and just get through the tough times. And like I mentioned in the last step, you can also ask them to, if you want to play together or just want to have some fun and make some music together, or help perform my piece, and they should be more than willing to do so. So tip number 4 is to be on good terms with your lesson teacher. So when you're in music school, you'll have these private lessons for whatever instrument, or if you're a composer, you'll have a composing teacher to do private lessons with you weekly. So I think a really good rule of thumb is to be on good terms with them. So try not to fall behind or slack in that, because they're the ones that are kind of guiding you along this journey. They're probably the most important faculty member that you'll have in the school there, because that's your specialty, and you want to make sure that you do all your work and you go above and beyond. And that's kind of what I wanted to do, and I think I've done so. I'm on really good terms with my composition teacher, and I guess my piano teacher too, because I have to take piano lessons too. But if you be on good terms with them, that allow you to, first of all, being on their good side allows them to both critique your work and to give you a lot of praise, and that's kind of that needed feedback loop to make sure you're doing good. But they also give you that kick when you're kind of falling behind, and maybe give you suggestions to improve. And they can also give you opportunities that come up, and you might, if you're on their good side, you might be on the front end of getting those, first come first serve, not first come first serve, but you kind of get the priority in getting these opportunities. And if you're on the good side, that comes more often. So yeah, be on good terms with your private lesson teachers. It will pay off dividends in the future. All right, so number 5, I'm gonna say to engage in opportunities, musical opportunities outside of school. And it seems kind of counterintuitive because this video is about how to be successful in music school. But what I've learned is that you can't just be holed up in this institution that you're at. And there's not, the world is full of these opportunities that will help you advance your career even in school. So for me as a composer, what I try to do is join competitions. I try to take part in events for composers online, submitting scores to call for scores, and even doing like a YouTube channel like this, trying to reach out to fellow composers and students in music school across the world, really. So it's really cool to try to expand your horizons beyond what's at your school, and that'll help you, of course, build up that needed resume, hopefully, or just get you more experience, because the world is big and vast and scary. When you're thrown out there after you graduate, you want to make sure you're prepared for it. So getting some of the groundwork done now while you're in school will prepare you for future when you're graduated. These little things to get you involved outside of school will help you in the long run. All right, last tip, number 6, is to have fun and learn how to take a break from music. If we're so absorbed in this music world, and we're just gonna get burned out, and that will happen. Happened to me, happened to everyone already. So learning to do stuff that's completely unrelated to music, like going to play some sports, or to watch movies, binge Netflix, or do stuff that's fun, hang out with friends, do stuff that you need to contrast your life with things that are not music so you don't go insane, but you really need that contrast. And that balance is hard to come by later in life, so trying to get used to that now, balancing your life with other things will help you become more sane and hopefully a happier, healthier person. So if you're interested in the projects that I do as a student composer, go ahead and check out my vlog on how I wrote a string quartet, and that's exactly what I talked about today, is making an ensemble and then performing a new piece that I made, and with some friends that I made in music theory class. So go ahead and check that video out. I'll link it. It'll be up here too. And yeah, if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. But anyways, I will see you later. Thanks for watching, and keep writing.